Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kate. I would love it if you subscribed to my channel. It would mean so much to me. It would make me super duper happy. So if you're already subscribed, I love you. You're my BFF. So I'm super excited for today's video. I haven't done a sit down video in a really long time. Today's video is going to be all about how to get your life together and live a productive lifestyle and all of that jazz. I get so many questions on my TikTok, on my foodie account, of how to be productive and get your shit together basically, and I figured that I would just make a video talking about all of my tips and tricks and steps that I took. And actually my dear friend Christina requested a video like this, so if you're watching this, I love you. But yeah, so basically I wrote everything down. I'm actually going to add one to my list because I feel like it's important. Hold on one sec. I am super excited for this video and to share with you all of the things that I did to really make my lifestyle more productive and just make me like a happier person in general, to be honest, because I was actually watching my old videos like a couple nights ago and I was just like, oh my gosh, I am such a different person now, and like my mindset is so different and so much healthier, and just like the way I carry myself now, I feel like I'm just like totally different. I feel like I'm like in a position now where I'm like really truly confident in who I am and where I'm going in my life and all of that stuff. So I feel like now is a really appropriate time to make this video. So yeah, I'm so excited. Before I get started in this video, please don't take this as all of these steps are just going to change your life overnight. I'm really just giving tips and what I did to make my life more productive and better. I mean, not everything is going to work for every single person. I'm just sharing my experience and what I did to live a more productive lifestyle. I mean, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, and I don't want people to criticize me, you know what I'm saying, because I'm just sharing like my experience. So these aren't really in like any specific order. I'm just kind of like listing off everything that I wrote down on this list. So the first thing that I wrote is figuring out what's holding you back, and I feel like this step is pretty important and crucial to figuring out like where you want to go in life and like what you're trying to achieve and how you want to be more productive and everything like that. So for me, something that was holding me back was my mindset. I was very negative and I wasn't happy like where my life was going. And if you know me personally or you've watched my videos for a while, then you know that I used to nanny, and I have been a nanny for a really long time. I loved doing it, don't get me wrong, but it's just not what I wanted to do with my life. And I feel like just knowing that every day I was waking up and going to nanny, I was upset at myself that I was waking up every day and not doing stuff to achieve my goals. That really had a big impact on my mindset, and I was very negative and upset with my life because I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I just wasn't doing the steps to get to where I want to be. That was a big thing that was holding me back in being positive and just like achieving my goals. And I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I always knew that I wanted to do YouTube and social media as my full-time job ever since I was like 12 years old. It's always been a passion of mine. So once I stopped nannying, my mindset completely changed. I feel like just knowing where you want to go in life is a really big step in getting to where you want to be, because then you know what you have to do in order to achieve where you want to be in life. Because I feel like if you're kind of confused and you don't really know, it's kind of hard to set goals for yourself because you're kind of just like creating arbitrary goals, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's much easier if you know what you want in life to make goals, write them down, and create steps in order to achieve them. Yeah, just figuring out like what's holding you back. Is it a relationship? Is it a friendship? Is it family? Whatever it is, it's very important to acknowledge what is holding you back and trying to overcome that and get rid of it. So the thing that was holding me back was my job. And I seriously, please don't take this as quit your job and do whatever you want. That is not what I'm saying at all. It was just, for so long I knew what I wanted to do in my life and I just wasn't doing it because I was scared of taking like a big risk of not working, because it was like a pretty risky thing to do, like stop working and just not have an income and just put all your effort and your work into this. And now I am making income for what I'm doing, and I'm just so proud of myself, because when you really put in the work and the effort and all of that stuff, your time will come, I promise you. So the next thing that I wrote down is creating a consistent routine, basically a morning routine and a night routine. This was so helpful for me, and I seriously wake up every morning and I'm just so excited to do my routine. And even when I go to bed, like when I start getting ready for bed, it's just like such a calming feeling, like knowing that you have a specific routine. I don't know, I feel like it just makes me so much more excited to get up in the morning and go to bed at night. So I have a morning routine and I have a night routine that I do every single night. On the weekends it's like a little bit different because I'm not like as structured on the weekends, so that's like a different story, but I kind of follow the same routine even on the weekends. But for my morning routine, I wake up, I usually eat breakfast, I do some journaling. I just like follow the same routine every single morning. You don't want to create a routine that you're not going to enjoy and you're not going to do. So it's very important to create something realistic and that you can stick to, and the more you do it, the more it's just going to become a habit and it's just going to be a part of your routine, and you won't even think about it anymore because you do it every day and it just becomes a part of your routine. Every single morning I do the same thing and I look forward to it every single morning. The mornings are personally my favorite. Then at nighttime, around like 5 o'clock, I will start winding down. I will have dinner. I will finish up work. I will do my skincare. I will journal. All of that good stuff. It just makes me feel so much more put together and like I have things organized. I look forward to it seriously every morning and every single night. Like before I go to bed, I'm excited to get up in the morning and do my routine, and I feel like that's a good thing to have something to look forward to the next day, and that will make you want to get up earlier and just start your day. So I think personally having a routine is a very good thing to have, and not everybody is the same, but for me I feel like that just works best. So having a routine in the mornings and at night was a very crucial step for me in living a productive life. Moving on to number 3, this is kind of piggybacking off of the creating a routine. So waking up and going to bed at the same time every single day is so important for creating that morning routine and that night routine. It's very important for you to go to bed at the same time and kind of like get off your phone at the same time and just like train your mind into being able to fall asleep at like a specific time and wake up at a specific time. One of my favorite podcasts that I listen to is the Huberman Lab. He has a lot of neuroscience podcasts and he has a lot of like doctors and psychologists come on as guests in his podcast. He has this one podcast that's actually pretty recent that just came out. I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically just talking about like your circadian rhythm and going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, and like getting your body into its own routine like automatically by doing that, if that makes sense. So I usually go to bed, and you can call me a grandma all you want, but I usually go to bed at like 9:45, 10 o'clock, and then I wake up at either 5:30 or 6:30 every single morning. On the weekends, I will let myself sleep in. I don't have an alarm on the weekends. I just kind of like let my body recover from the past week, and I just kind of like wake up naturally at like 8 a.m. I would say. I just like to let myself like recover and sleep in from the past week and just catch up on sleep and like restore my energy, I guess you could say. So going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time is seriously like going to change your life in itself. It's like so crazy how much that helps. And I've always been a morning person. I used to wake up at 6 o'clock, like literally on the dot every single morning when I was in middle school, and I didn't even have an alarm clock or anything. My body would just naturally wake up every single morning at that time because I would go to bed at the same time, and it lets your body know like, okay, it's time to go to bed now. And you will just naturally become so accustomed to it that you don't even have to try. If you're not a morning person and you don't like to wake up early and you usually stay up late, it's going to be really hard at first, but I promise you that if you stick with it for about like 2 weeks, you're going to notice a difference, and you're going to notice that you can just wake up so easily in the mornings. Yeah, so that is like one of the biggest steps, I would say, in this whole process of being more productive and everything like that. The next thing that I wrote down is creating a consistent workout routine. Having a consistent workout routine has helped me so much, mentally and physically. It's about to be a year actually since I created a consistent workout routine and have like noticed a change in my mental health as well as my physical health and my body. My workout routine started with the Peloton app about a year ago now. I think it's actually been like exactly a year, like a few days ago. So it all started with the Peloton app. I've tried everything under the sun before that. I've tried like following YouTube workouts. I tried the BBG Kayla Itzine's app and I never followed through with that. Sometimes I would go to the gym at my old apartment and I would just like walk on the treadmill and pick up a couple of weights, do like a little arm workout. I didn't really have any direction or understanding of what I was doing. So my fitness journey started with the Peloton app, like I said, about a year ago now. So I downloaded the app. I just instantly fell in love. I don't know what it is about the app, but I feel like because they're like live workouts and they're like on-demand classes and you're following someone and you can watch what they're doing, it was very comforting to me. And the fact that I could do it, why can't I speak? And the fact that I could do it in the comfort of my own home and right in my room was so attracting to me. I just fell in love with it. So that is how my whole fitness journey started. And then I got the Peloton bike in January. I actually ordered it in November and it didn't come till January. So Peloton has created a consistent workout for me. This is my current workout routine. On Monday, I do upper body. Tuesday, cardio. Wednesday is legs and glutes. Thursday is cardio, and Friday I do a full body strength. That is my current workout routine. I work out Monday through Friday. Sometimes if I'm feeling like I need a rest day, I will take one during the weekday. And then on the weekends, I just like to chill unless I'm like feeling jittery and want to do a ride on the Peloton, I will, but that's like not too often. Finding a workout routine that you can stay consistent with is very, very important, because I was never consistent when I would just go to the gym at my old apartment and I just really didn't know what I was doing, and that kind of like scared me because I would just like do random things. Like I would pick up weights and just like do this. Like I didn't really know and understand how a workout even worked, if that makes sense. Having the Peloton app and having like an instructor be there to like teach you and it feels like you're literally there with them was so helpful for me, and I feel like I've gained so much knowledge from just like listening to them talk and watching them and learning about like reps and sets and all of that jazz. The thing that got me into a routine was I did a 30-day challenge for the month of January. It was workout every single day in the month of January, so I did that last year, and that is what created the love and the habit of working out, because I love the way that it made me feel. And after I finished a workout, I just felt so accomplished, and my mental health was not the greatest. I noticed that after I started doing the Peloton and strength training and everything, my mental health was so much better. I felt so strong physically and mentally. I'm so happy that I pushed myself to work out those 30 days in January of last year, because that is what created the habit. That is what created the routine and the love for the feeling of working out and how it made me feel, etc, etc. Again, I am not saying that you have to get a Peloton or get the Peloton app. You don't have to spend any money. The thing that clicked for me was creating the habit of working out and doing it for 30 days and just like getting myself in that routine so that it becomes so natural to me. The next thing that I have on my list is read. And if you know me personally or you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I used to never read. I don't think I've ever read a book that I was assigned to in school. Literally throughout my whole entire school years, I never read the books. SparkNotes was my best friend. I just feel like all the books that were assigned to me in school were just so pointless and useless. I mean, they didn't add any value to my life whatsoever, and I'm not really a fan of fiction books whatsoever. And when I say read, I mean like self-help books and like non-fiction books and books that will help your mindset. I will actually show you a few of my favorite books that helped me. So these 3 books right here are really, really good for your mindset and creating habits and just like being productive, since that's what this video is all about. The first book that is one of my favorites that I think is a really good read is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book is so good, especially if you want to create habits. Like I'm saying throughout this whole entire video, is habits, habits, habits. That is what will really give you a productive routine. So this is such a good book. He basically says everything about creating habits, obviously, and like the process of it and like the science behind it and everything like that. This is such a good book, and I think this is like a really good book to start with. And then I have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie is also a really good book. I actually want to read it again because I kind of forget the in-depth of the book. And then the other book that I have is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book is so popular. I've seen it everywhere and I finished reading it over the summer. Basically just talking about being present, living in the moment. So these 3 books I would say are my absolute favorite and that I would recommend to you guys. I would say to start off like creating habits and stuff, this book would be like my #1 recommendation to you. But all 3 of these books have helped me immensely and I love them. So I will link them in the description for you if you would like to read them. I used to never read. I hated reading, but last year I started reading 1 book every single month and that got me in the habit of reading. I usually like to do my reading in the morning or the nighttime depending on what I'm doing that day and like how much work I have to get done. Number 6 that I have on this list is journaling your progress and your feelings. Just basically having a journal where you can come to and just like write your thoughts, your feelings. I have 2 journals. I have the 5-minute journal, which is so popular, and then I have this little journal that is from Target where I do like journal entries and write my feelings. All of my thoughts and feelings go into this journal, which I think is really important to keep a journal because it's so cool to look back on like your earlier entries and see how much you've changed and made progress. I used to hate talking to people about my problems. I really like to journal so I'm not like bottling up everything inside and having like a mental breakdown. And then my 5-minute journal is so helpful for me. I'm so obsessed with this journal. So if you are not familiar with it, I will show you a little demo. So every single day it has like a quote at the top or like a weekly challenge, and you write down 3 things that you are grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and some daily affirmations. And then at nighttime you write down 3 amazing things that happened today and how could I have made today even better. I really like this journal because it's prompted and it really makes you think about things that you are grateful for. Like it's so easy to say I'm grateful for like my family members, my friends, blah blah blah, but doing it every day really like digs deep into your mind, and thinking about what you're grateful for, it really makes you think. It makes you feel like you are so rich in life with happiness, just like basically that you have everything you need, and it makes me appreciate so much, never take life for granted. Number 7 is make your bed every single morning. This might seem so pointless or just like such a little step in your day, but it seriously makes all the difference in the world. I read this book called Make Your Bed by William H. McRaven. So that book changed my life. That is also a really good book for this specific step if you just look at making your bed not important. It really like dives deep into the importance and just like everything behind it, and how it kind of is like a domino effect on your life. Such a simple task can make or break your life and your day, but making my bed every single morning has made such an impact on my life, and you don't think about it when you're just like, oh, make your bed and your life will change, but it seriously just sets the tone for the day. And especially if you are in your room a lot or you work from home, just looking at your bed and seeing that it's made will make you feel like you have your life together, and will just make you feel so good about yourself and productive. I love making my bed. I used to never make my bed in the mornings, and I always used to be like, oh well, I'm gonna sleep in it tonight, like what is the point of making it? But coming into my room and seeing my bed made is a feeling that I cannot explain. It's just, I don't know, it does something magical. So if you don't believe in making your bed is going to like change your life drastically, please read this book. I challenge you to make your bed every single day for 1 week and see how you feel, like see the difference in your mood and in your day, and let me know. So the next step, which kind of piggybacks off of making your bed, is keeping your space organized and clean. So like I was saying about your bed being made, just having your room or your apartment, your house, whatever it is, like wherever you live, keeping it clean and organized is going to make you feel so much better about yourself. For me, when my room is messy, I feel like my anxiety is so bad, and just looking at a messy room makes me so anxious. It just makes me feel so unorganized and messy, and it makes me anxious, like when my clothes are all over the place, or my bed isn't made, or there's just clutter everywhere, water bottles, whatever it is. Really keeping up with your room and your space and just making sure it is clean, organized, and tidy is really going to make a difference on your mood. When I was in high school, I would never clean my room. My room would be so messy. It really does affect your mood, because I remember like I would always be angry and anxious and just not in a good mood. Having a clean space and a clean bedroom to come home to is seriously one of the greatest feelings in the world. It makes you feel so grateful that your room is clean. So my last tip slash trick of this video is knowing that every day is not going to be productive and being okay with a non-productive day. This is something that is still new to me, as I was in the process of becoming a more productive person who has their shit together. There are going to be days, obviously, where you are not going to feel your best. You are not going to want to make your bed. You are going to have a messy room, whatever it is. Knowing that it's okay to have a few days like that. There's a lot of stuff going around on social media that I post as well about being productive and having a healthy lifestyle. And if you follow me on TikTok and like my foodie account, then you see those reels of me like being productive and stuff. But it comes to a point where you have to also realize the other side of it that a lot of people don't want you to see, and I've been trying to incorporate more balance into my reels, especially now that we are coming into winter and the colder months. It's going to be a lot harder to want to feel motivated and productive, knowing that it's okay to take a step back, take a breath, have a rest day, stay in your bed all day, is really important. You don't need to feel like you are ruining your life or you have to start all over again if you take a little break, because taking a break is so important for your body to recharge and get ready for the next day. That is probably one of the biggest things on this list that kind of ties everything together, I guess you could say. There's just so many videos on social media about being productive, blah blah blah. I make them too, but like I was saying, I'm trying to make it more about having a balanced lifestyle, and you don't always need to be productive because it's all about balance and recharging your body, like what you do to take care of yourself in order to have the next productive day, in order to have the energy and the motivation to continue. You need rest for your body to recover. You need to have breaks, and you need to see the other side of it in order to be motivated to continue to be productive, if that makes sense. I feel like I just said that in a really confusing way. So those are all of my tips and tricks for living a more productive lifestyle, for getting your shit together, and I hope this video helped you immensely, and all of these steps really helped me, but not everyone is the same, obviously. You can also add your own stuff to this list to accommodate to you. Let me know in the comments down below what steps you are going to take to live a more productive life. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.